to 40% chance of rain.
Damon, the big concern with all of this has been our roadways, our interstates, our major highway systems, with things changing minute by minute, and Department of Transportation crews really scattered all across the state ready to respond.
Yeah, we're joined now by Scott Boyle of the DOTD. Scott, thank you so much for joining us, sir. Really appreciate it. First of all, I got to ask you, what's been the biggest challenge for you all in DOT this morning?
Good morning. Thank you for having me on. Our crews started working last night around 11 o'clock, and we started salting the roadways, our priority routes. We went through over 1,000 gallons of brine that we utilized on the UEP Long Bridge, and also the Crescent City connection, and we also put down about 65,000 pounds of rock salt between 2 and 5 a.m. this morning. So typically just working in the adverse weather conditions has been the most challenging aspect of this mission so far.
Now, your goal was to keep those major thoroughfares over the Mississippi River open. You were able to do that with the Huey P. Long Bridge, the Crescent City Connection Bridge. Talk about some of the challenges with some of those other bridges, though, like the Sunshine Bridge, which, by the way, has since reopened, also the Veterans Memorial Bridge and I-310.
It's just the sheer size of the structures and the amount of lanes and mileage that they have. That's what the challenge is. We have limited amount of material that we're using in our manpower. We're trying to focus on these river crossings to keep them open, to have connectivity for emergency services. We don't want to have any major crossings closed where police, fire, or ambulances can't get from one side of a bridge to another and have people trapped or can't get help in a reasonable amount of time. So it's really difficult to maintain all of the different structures, but I'm really proud of the work that we've done over the last 12 hours to maintain connectivity with respect to the conditions that we've been dealing with.
Now, Scott, I got to ask you, you talked about laying the sand out since 11 o'clock last night, trying to get the roads prepared for the conditions. One of the biggest things we've been dealing with all morning long has been the winds, well over 25, 30, 35 miles per hour in some parts of the state. Has it been a big challenge for you and your crew this morning? Yes.
I mean, you're talking about conditions in high teens and low 20s when you factor in that wind chill. These things don't happen automatically. We have personnel that has to be out there in those elements, and they've been working very hard and dealing with those conditions, the best that they can. And I do want to say we did put about 5 or 6 dump truck loads of sand on the Hale Boggs Bridge. We did that late last night, early this morning to keep that bridge open for the duration of this event.
I'm just curious, we mentioned that sand is really the only thing that you can put on that bridge. Why is it sand and not salt? Is there something particular with the Hale Boggs Bridge that makes it a little bit more unique?
Yes, it's the material that it's made out of. It's primarily steel. A big part of the deck and the other superstructure is all steel, and we want to try to limit the effects of potential corrosion, even though with the other bridges where we do put the salt down and we do go in there and try to clean up the best we can, we go in there and sweep, it has more of an effect on that particular bridge. So we just want to keep that salt away from that bridge as much as possible. And the sand actually creates a friction type surface that when the cars roll over, that keeps that ice from forming. So, but that's the reason, Randy.
And Scott, we've seen it's been very fluid. I think that's the best word to describe the traffic for today, and the commuting has been very fluid. 1 minute, one road is open, the next minute it's closed. Same thing, vice versa, for another road. How challenging has that been for you all, just going from one piece of road to the next, one street to the next, one bridge to the next, just trying to make sure things are staying safe and staying open all throughout this morning?
Yes, we focus on our priority routes, those Mississippi River crossings, as well as a number of other parallel routes to the interstate. We typically do not focus our efforts on the interstate system, but those priority routes. The interstate is too vast, and with the limited materials and personnel we have, we try to keep connectivity on those surface streets and other smaller bridges. But besides the spillway, we've really been. This has been a successful mission. I must say. Besides the spillway that I believe is still closed, we've been in contact with state police. we've been having a spot here and a spot there, and we're hitting those spots, and we have crews strategically placed throughout our district, and we're going to those spots and trying to put salt or put some brine down to create that connectivity and get the rest of these roads open. Unfortunately, the brine and the salt is not as effective once the ice is already formed. It's much more effective when when you're starting to get that first precipitation, and that precipitation melts that salt and it forms that layer and keeps that water from freezing. So, but it's still somewhat effective, and we're doing spot treatments to the last of the ice that remains on our interstate and state highway system.
And on that note, are you anticipating any particular interstate to be open in the next hour and a half? I know we're still waiting on portions of I-310. You mentioned the Bonnie Carey Spillway, I-55, those elevated portions of US 90. So any idea on when any of those could potentially reopen?
Our time frame at this point, Randy, is going to be somewhere between the 11 and noon o'clock hour. We're at the mercy of the weather right now, and we are doing spot treatments, but the biggest benefit to getting these roads open is going to be the sun, and it's going to be just the temperatures creeping up just high enough to start melting that last remaining ice on the roadway. But our time frame is going to be somewhere in the 11 to noon o'clock hour.
Scott Boyle with the DOTD. Scott, we know it's been busy for you all for the past 24 hours, and a lot's been going on. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you and your crew for all their hard work and dedication to make sure the roadways are as clear as possible and folks can stay safe if they decide to drive out this morning.
Thank you, and y'all have a great rest of y'all morning.
You too. Somebody else who's been very hard at work tracking